Feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Welcome to the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank, coming to you from the Business Accelerant Studio. I'm Brad Berger, along with my co-host Dan Whedon, and our guest today is Dr. Thomas Lamar. We just had an intriguing and fun conversation with Dr. Tom, and to listen to the entire podcast, visit shrimptankpodcast.com/Seattle, or now through iHeartRadio. You can still subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, and we are always interested in your feedback, so please do not forget to rate us. So, Dr. Tom, one of the things that we talked about on the podcast were misconceptions. And I'd love to know from your perspective, for our audience, what do you believe are some of the biggest misconceptions that the American public has with regard to chiropractic care?
Really, Brad, the public has a limited understanding of what chiropractic is, and in many ways, an incorrect one, or one that's skewed a bit. They think that chiropractors are only for low back pain, only for headaches, only for some sort of symptom, and that's kind of where it ends. And when the pain is gone, well, then they're better.
Well, you know, Dr. Tom, I speak with clients constantly about having them try to think of themselves as an athlete and treating their bodies and their health that way. I also know that stress, emotional and mental stress, is a part of what we do as entrepreneurs. Can you talk about how stress is related to the body and how chiropractic care can help?
You know, ultimately, when it comes to how chiropractic can help, chiropractic is not a treatment per se for anything. Chiropractic is really a strategy to help to optimize the nervous system, to help to optimize the spine so it is functioning correctly. And when that is in place, your body is better able to adapt to whatever the stress may be in front of you. Someone who has a very short fuse, if you will, there's so much stress in their life that it just takes a little bit to knock them off. The cool thing is that the body is capable of change. And the more good things you do for yourself, you can actually feed back in and invest back in your body becoming more resilient. You can build that resiliency muscle so you can start to face challenges that you couldn't face, say, a year ago, if you are doing the right things.
So if we think of a high-performing athlete, you're really talking about turning a small business owner, a CEO, into a high-performing athlete in and of themselves, right?
Absolutely. You know, so many athletes have found that chiropractic is kind of like the secret sauce, if you will. Most of them end up in our office because they've had a crisis, Brad, and they come in because, well, they're interested in taking care of their pain in a way that's going to be natural, drug-free, in a way that's going to honor their bodies. And what they end up finding out is that, wow, this is actually helping me on different levels. My golf swing is better. I'm running faster. I'm performing at a higher level than ever before. And so then it becomes this thing that they do as a strategy just to stay in the game. I've had so many patients over the years. You know, I'm thinking about like high school athletes that come in and like they're breaking personal best records because they're under a care plan that is helping to optimize their spine. We have athletes that will come in for what we call performance adjustments. They're coming in, we're checking their spines, we're making sure that everything is working as it's supposed to, and that all cylinders are firing. And that is a very different way of looking at chiropractic than neck pain, back pain.
Well, Dr. Tom, speaking of something that's also different, and of course it's near and dear to my heart, which is the subject of longevity, your practice is a 100-year lifestyle practice. Could you share with our audience a little bit about what that is, what it means, and how they could benefit from that?
You know, as you're asking that question, Brad, I'm thinking of a patient, and this particular patient, I think, epitomizes what this is all about. And I'm going to call her Mary. That's not her real name. But Mary, I've known Mary for many, many years, not necessarily as her chiropractor, but just I've known her. And it's because Mary was a kindergarten teacher. She was the type of kindergarten teacher that just about everybody in our community had as a kindergarten teacher. If you were to open up the dictionary and look up kindergarten teacher, it was her face. And so I got to know her very well, and then she moved away. And she moved across the country and took up teaching kindergarten in that neck of the woods. Well, about 2 years ago or so, she comes in my office. I haven't seen her in like 16 years. And she comes in and she's like, "Hi, I'm here. And we're back in town. We're living here now." And I thought that was so great. And she says to me, or I said, "Are you still teaching kindergarten?" And she goes, "No, I had to retire. I just could not get down on the floor anymore with the kids." And that just kind of broke my heart, because I could tell in how she was explaining this to me that it was not a choice that she made. It was a choice that was foisted upon her. Mm-hmm. And so what brings you in? She goes, "Oh, my back is killing me. And you're the first person that I thought of. So there's a back pain thing. Right. So here I am. Can you help me?" And so I said, "Sure." So she comes in, and we did our evaluation. We laid out the plan. We said, "Look, we can either do a short-term thing where we can get you out of pain feeling better, or we can help you more on the longer term, for the long haul, to have a healthy spine and nervous system so you can enjoy the years that you have ahead of you." And she says, "I'm down on that. That's what I want to do." So we started doing it. And slowly but surely, it's like her energy levels started coming back up to new levels, so much so that within about a month's worth of care, her husband comes in and says, "Look, I don't know what you're doing with my wife, but I want some of that. And I want to be on a plan too, because I can't keep up with her." And so we're going, and now he's on, and now he's starting to see some amazing changes in his life. And here we are about maybe 3.5 months ago. And I said, "Mary," and she's leaving one day. I said, "You have a lot of gas left in the tank. I'm just saying, but you could go back to teaching kindergarten." And here's a woman that retired. She's retirement age. And she says, and she stopped at the door. She says, "Don't think I haven't thought about it."
Yeah.
And I was like, that is so cool. And about a year into care, she comes in. She has an envelope in her hand. She says, "You know what this is? This is my paper to go back to teaching."
That's awesome.
And she went back and she taught kindergarten. She taught it for a year, and really was kind of a relief pitcher, if you will. She was called in, and she's like she's a superstar kindergarten teacher. She came back, and she did a great job. And now she's back into retirement because it's her choice. Sure. But she is still in the bullpen. If they need her, they're going to pull her back in. And that is what differentiates us. It's helping people to live their 100-year lifestyle by making good lifestyle choices and having at the core a healthy spine and nervous system, which is what chiropractic helps you to do.
Great.
Well, we want to thank Dr. Tom Lamar for joining us. Dr. Tom, if somebody out there says, "I got to talk to that guy," how would they do it?
You can go onto our website. That's a great way to learn more about us. We've got lots of videos. We've got great articles that you can read that talk about what we're talking about right now. It's anchorchiropractic.net. You can also give us a call at 360-297-8111. Also, 100yearlifestyle.com. We've got a lot of affiliates all over the nation, and some in some foreign countries. So that would be another place if you're not in my area.
Well, once again, this is just a taste of what you can expect by listening to the entire podcast. Visit shrimptankpodcast.com/Seattle or listen to us now on iHeartRadio. You can also subscribe to our podcast on iTunes. We'd love to hear from you, and please do not forget to rate us. Thanks to all of our Shrimp Peeler sponsors and to you, our loyal listeners and followers.
Our next show from the Business Accelerant Studio will be Wednesday, September 4th, when our guest will be Katie Crane with Urban Sherpa. We hope that you have a wonderful Labor Day weekend, because for right now, the hay is in the barn.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.